Humanity's great expansion has begun, but not everyone welcomes a new era. Nemesis Games explores how fragile peace can be when the stars themselves become the next battleground. The 536-page Nemesis Games marks the fifth entry in the Expanse Series. Published in the year 2015, it once again demonstrates the remarkable consistency and productivity of James A. Corey, the joint pen name of Ty Frank and Daniel Abraham. By this point in the series, the two authors had already a major science fiction novel nearly every year, each exceeding 500 pages, an achievement that in itself is worth recognition. While having two authors may explain this pace, it still requires exceptional coordination, cooperation and a unified creative vision, something that should not be taken for granted. Following Cibola Burn, Nemesis Games continues the saga of humanity's expansion into the cosmos. In terms of scientific plausibility, it maintains the tone established by the previous novels. The technological level of humanity remains grounded in what could reasonably be considered hard science fiction. Yet, the presence of alien artifacts and technology so far beyond human comprehension adds a layer of wonder and speculative mystery that stretches the boundaries of the genre. This balance between grounded realism and cosmic unknowns remains one of the Expanse's defining strengths. After the more localized setting of Cibola Burn, Nemesis Games re-expands the stage dramatically. Once again, the reader is taken across the vast distances of the solar system and beyond. A key narrative device in this installment is the temporary separation of the Resonantes crew, each pursuing individual missions, while the ship undergoes extensive maintenance. This structure allows the story to unfold simultaneously across multiple settings: Earth, Luna, Mars, Tycho Station, and the space in between, giving Nemesis Games perhaps the most expansive sense of scale in the series so far. In terms of new ideas, the novel begins to harvest the seeds planted in Cibola Burn. The political and societal shifts caused by the opening of the ring gates are now coming to fruition. The power structures of the solar system, which had been delicately balanced between Earth, Mars and the Belt, are starting to fracture under the pressure of 1,000 newly accessible worlds. The old order is collapsing, and Nemesis Games captures this transition in all its chaos. The book received a strong critical response. It was nominated for the Goodreads Choice Award for Science Fiction in the year 2015 and the Locus Award for Best Science Fiction Novel in 2016, though it did not secure any of these awards. Reviewers nonetheless praised it for its tone and direction, with Andrew Liptak of Gizmodo describing Nemesis Games as, and I quote, "Corey's Empire Strikes Back." A fitting comparison given its darker mood and its role as a turning point within the series. Among readers, it holds an impressive 4.4 out of 5 stars on major review platforms such as Goodreads, Library Thing and Amazon. In terms of adaptation, Nemesis Games forms the backbone of Season 5 of the Expand television series, which premiered on Amazon Prime Video between December 2020 and February 2021. Before we continue, a brief spoiler warning applies for the Expanse series up to this point and for minor elements of Nemesis Games itself. Skip ahead if you wish to avoid them. 1,000 new worlds have opened beyond the gate, and humanity's great land rush has truly begun. As colonists flood into the frontier, the old powers of the solar system begin to crumble. Ships vanish without a trace. The last remaining sample of the proto-molecule is stolen. Private armies arise in secret, and acts of terrorism once thought impossible bring the inner planets to their knees. Meanwhile, the crew of the Rocinante find themselves scattered across the system, each confronting their own pasts. When catastrophe strikes, they must fight to reunite and survive in a solar system teetering on the edge of collapse. Nemesis Games stands out as one of the darkest installments in the Expanse. The sheer scale of the destruction, cities obliterated, millions dead, can feel almost abstract, filtered as it is through a limited set of perspectives. Yet, within those limitations, the emotional impact remains powerful. The sections following Amos Burton on a devastated Earth are particularly gripping, conveying a post-apocalyptic landscape with unsettling realism. The storyline embodies the raw survivalist tone that permeates much of this particular book. At the same time, the chapters set on Mars, Luna, Tycho Station, and throughout deep space convey a profound sense of scope and dislocation. The universe feels vast and alive, with multiple perspectives showcasing the political, social, and personal consequences of the unfolding chaos. The novel also reintroduces and elevates several key side characters. Bobby Draper and Clarissa Mao both play significant roles here, enriching the narrative and connecting threads from earlier books. In contrast to Cibola Byrne or even Abaddon's Gate, where many new characters served the plot but left little lasting impression, the returning figures in Nemesis Games feel fully realized and essential. One point of critique, however, can be directed toward Marco Inaros, the novel's central antagonist. While his motivations are explained, seeing the opening of the gates as an existential threat to the belt, his reasoning borders on circular. If the belt's oppression stemmed from the inner planet's dependence on its resources, then access to countless new worlds should theoretically lessen that exploitation. Yet, this contradiction arguably serves a narrative purpose. Marco Inaros' extremism mirrors a broader truth. When a cause or identity is built upon perpetual conflict, peace itself becomes the greatest threat. His rhetoric, while flawed, reflects the psychology of a revolutionary who can no longer exist without an enemy. In its broader sense, Nemesis Games reaps what was sown in Abaddon's Gate and Cibola Byrne while setting the stage for what is yet to come. It is not merely a transitional novel, it is the moment where the series fully embraces its galactic scale while preserving the personal stakes that make the Expanse compelling. The story delivers high-stakes action, complex political intrigue, and deeply human moments of resilience and loss. Ultimately, Nemesis Games represents the Expanse at its best, vast in scope, yet intimate in focus, scientifically grounded, yet emotionally resonant. It is a powerful reminder that even as humanity expands across the stars, its greatest struggles remain profoundly human. For anyone who has journeyed this far with the series, Nemesis Games is not just recommended reading, it is essential. If you liked this video, you may also enjoy the other reviews and content on my channel. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to discuss the novels or if you want to suggest other books that I should review in the future. Please consider upvoting and subscribing, it is much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and until next time.